What's up everybody, Caesar Madrazo here, and we are back with more DokiDoki Blue Skies. So in the last episode, we carved some pumpkins with Sayori, and she revealed a little bit more about her depression, but she still kept it pretty ambiguous as to what was going on. And there were some pretty serious red flags that came up in the conversation, which I'm curious to see if those are going to be addressed later on in the series. But, we have skipped forward, I assume, to the following Monday, so let's just dive right in. Man, do I regret staying up late yesterday. I knew it would be a bad idea. I knew I'd struggle staying awake. In more ways than one, I really am my worst enemy. Wearily, I pull myself back to the land of the living, determined to make an effort to pay attention to Sakurai. Would anyone care to give me a brief recap of the events that took place at the start of the war? It's alright, don't line up all at once. I grin at him, marveling at how his humor is possibly the only thing keeping me awake. I hope he doesn't ask me though, it's hard enough staying awake, let alone actively contribute. Luckily, Shiori spares me from that responsibility, giving him a perfect answer. Well explained. Your teacher definitely deserves a pay raise. He chuckles to himself, carrying on. Wow, you know, as somebody who has taught for a few years at this point, I can tell you that making those kinds of jokes, like self-glorifying jokes, they never hit home with students. You're just going to get a bunch of eye rolls if you make a joke like that. Well, I paid attention for a couple of minutes. That means I'm entitled to a nap again, right? There are plenty of students who actually think that way, unfortunately. Oh, okay, we're back to childhood. Hey, Caesar? Yeah? She looks shyly at the ground. Do you think we'll be friends forever? What do you mean? Like, we're pretty young, and we've been friends for a while. When we move to junior high school, we'll still be friends, right? And even when we move to high school? Hey, Sayori, where's this coming from? Of course we will be. You're my best friend. I always enjoy hanging out with you. You're my best friend too, Caesar. You've always been really nice to me. I just don't want to lose that. Sayori, you're being so silly. I know. I have an idea. Something that means we'll always be friends. Ooh, what? We should get married. Oh, alright. Married? But isn't that what grown-ups do? Yeah, but we're 8 now. That's a pretty big number. Anyway, what do you think? If we're married, does that mean we'll be friends forever? I think so, yeah. I mean, my parents are friends and they're married, so that must mean that's how it works, right? Excuse me, folks. Okay. How do we, do it then? I think you have to get a grown-up to say it. Let me go find Mommy. Hang on. Mommy! Yes, darling, what's up? Me and Sayori are getting married. Marriage, huh? My, that's really mature of you two. She smiles fondly at us both. Ha, you two are so cute together. But being married isn't easy, you know. You'll have to support each other, and more importantly, you'll have to do special things for your partner. Like what? Mom leans forward, a playful look in her eye. Things like sharing your chocolate, Sayori. Sayori gasps. Do you think you could do that? And Caesar, you'll have to compromise too. What does that mean? Well, let's say that one day you wanted to play video games, but Sayori wanted to go to the park. What would you do? Easy. We'd go outside first, then come in and play. Come on, Mommy, this marriage stuff is so easy. Mom chuckles to herself. Oh, if it were that easy. Well, you're clearly ready then. Yeah, that's what I thought. We'll be best friends forever. Even in 50 years? Even in 50-100. Wait, that's a big number, right? With a start, I'm jolted back to the present. Jeez, this isn't the kind of history I expected to learn about when I started this class. Man, where did it all go wrong? We used to be inseparable. Best friends until the end, no matter what happened. I know we're talking and getting along these days, but there were a few good years where we had no contact. And she said she loves being around me and she didn't want to lose what we had, even though she probably felt estranged as we began to drift. As Sakurai talks, an uncomfortable feeling of guilt bubbles up within me. But we're friends now, right? There's no sense lamenting on the past. I don't know why my sinuses are bad today, guys. Now, everyone open your textbooks to the segment on trench warfare. I want you to write out the main features. What was it, how it worked, and how both sides tried to break out of it. Well, I mean, you're not going to give them a page number. If you just say, okay, open to the page that says this on it, then it's going to take your students a good 10 minutes to find it, man. You might want to give a page number. Well, looks like I can't get away with just idly listening in the background anymore. After a while, the bell rings. The usual stampede occurs, with students eager to head to lunch. As I'm making my way over to the courtyard, I spot Natsuki. Hey Natsuki, how you doing? Oh, it's you. I'm alright, I guess. There's an awkward moment of silence. A given, I suppose, as this is one of the first times talking to Natsuki one-on-one. Looking forward to the Halloween party? Should be fun, I guess. By the way, I don't suppose you've seen Sayori, have you? Don't you guys walk to school together? Yeah, but she wasn't there this morning and wouldn't reply to my texts. I ended up walking alone. Huh. Weird. Nah, I haven't seen her. I'll tell you if I see her. Thanks. I'm on my way to have lunch. You want to join me? No, I'm good. I've already eaten anyway. Oh, okay. See you around then. She dismissively waves and turns away. I wonder if she's like this with everyone she meets. I don't have much time to ponder the question as I once again spot Yuri on my way to the courtyard. With Sayori absent, I don't really feel like sitting alone. Yuri seemed happy to talk last times, and I can't imagine today would be any different. Hey, Yuri! Once again, my greeting startles her. It's slightly comical, although I do feel a little bad for making her jump. Caesar. Sorry, I didn't expect you again. I'll stop being a ninja, I promise. She laughs softly, closing her book and pulling out a box of food. Mind if we sit outside again? She nods and stands up. By the way, have you seen Sayori around? Sayori? Did she not walk with you? Nope. Didn't meet me in the morning, didn't answer my calls. Just wondering if you've seen her around or anything. I can't say I have. Apologies. No worries. I didn't expect you to have. I don't think she came to school today. That temporary lull in conversation feels a little awkward. Yuri isn't the greatest with leading a conversation or diverting a topic. She's fiddling with her hair, clearly thinking hard for something to say. Anyway, you know, I'm curious. What are your thoughts on Halloween? You know, given you like horror so much. Well, are you sure you want to know? I'd hate to bore you. No, not at all. I asked you specifically, after all. It wouldn't bore me in the slightest. Well, to be truthful, while most people typically feel frightened by all of the monsters and horror villains that come out to play. Do they? No, I kind of feel like, you know, it's a scary theme, sure, for Halloween, but I feel like most people, like, over the age of 6 are able to realize that it's supposed to be, you know, just a fun time. Halloween, ironically enough, makes me feel safer. Why's that? I feel like I belong, if that makes sense. That's not weird, is it? No, it's not weird. I think pretty much everybody kind of feels that way. I mean, Halloween is a fun time, and a lot of people, they enjoy that kind of, you know, like, you know, spooky, scary monsters, skeletons kind of vibe. So, I mean, no, I think a lot of people probably feel the same way. Yuri, seriously, you don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna make fun of you or anything, I promise. What do you mean by belong? Well, it's a day where most people get into the spirit of horror. If only for one day, it's a day where the macabre becomes the norm. I get a sense of belonging from it because Halloween is typically comprised of horror stories, movies, etc. Although I'm not much of a fan of the commercialism. It detracts a little from Halloween's actual meaning. Oh, you mean all the cheesy bats, spiders, and skeletons they hang up in stores? Precisely. Yeah, that's understandable. I'll admit, I'm not huge on horror, but Halloween's always been fun. Sayori and I used to prank each other, scare each other with stories, that sort of thing. Obviously, we haven't done that in a good few years. Another pang of guilt. Spending such a day with someone, I imagine that must be wonderful to share. It's definitely something. We carved pumpkins together over the weekend. We'll be bringing them to the club, actually, so you can check them out. I look forward to it. Back to your initial question, though. As frightening as horror villains can be, I would be hard-pressed to deny that their personalities or motives are interesting. Take Frankenstein's monster, for instance. The very fact it isn't given a name and only referred to as the monster makes you think it would behave like a mindless beast. Yet once it's created, it is unaware of its own identity and even becomes frightened. It's even able to forge relationships with a family of peasants and even saves a human girl. Yet it is continuously misunderstood, even being shot for its efforts. After being mistreated by its owner, it still mourns the creator's death. Hardly the behavior and emotion you would expect a typical monster to display, don't you think? Well, I can always count on Yuri for a thought-provoking discussion, that's for sure. When you put it like that, I can definitely see what you mean. I guess just by labeling something as a monster, people automatically assume it'll behave like one, right? It's not just labeling as a monster. I feel like that's something that's kind of prominent in modern society. That, you know, passing labels around is sort of the easiest way to, like, discredit somebody or dehumanize somebody. Whether it be in, you know, like, school gossip or politics or what have you. Just, like, if you give somebody a bad label, whether that label is justified or not, then, you know, it can be incredibly dehumanizing to the point that everybody just assumes that that person behaves a certain way because they've been given that label. So in giving it a personality and, well, human emotions, it does make you question whether the monster is really, well, a monster. Definitely. It's honestly fascinating. The rest of the lunch break passes by in a blur. Before I know it, the bell is rung and it's time to go. Well, that's another day over. Sayori's been on my mind all day, no matter how much I try to distract myself. She's probably just ill. Given the stuff she eats, I guess it was bound to happen sooner or later. Still, can't hurt to check for myself. Hey, Sayori? It's me. Was just wondering if you're okay, you know, because you didn't come to school today. There's a muffled shuffling as I hear footsteps slowly walk towards the door. You didn't have to. I just wasn't feeling well, that's all. I've been trying to sleep it off, so that's why I missed your calls. Sorry. No worries. Hey, what do you have? A sore throat? Fever? I've just got a really bad headache, and I'm feeling really dizzy. I can get some stuff from the pharmacy if you'd like. Should make you feel better. No, it's okay. I think I'll be fine. Don't you worry about me. As she's talking, I can't help but notice what a mess the room is. I know Sayori has never been on the neat side, but this looks worse than usual. Excuse me. Oh, you're taking medicine for your headache already? Huh? She frantically follows where I'm pointing and swiftly hides the medicine packet in her pocket. Oh, those? Yeah. See? You don't need to get medicine from me after all. Right. Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm not in the mood to talk. This headache is a real meanie. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try and get some more sleep. See ya. Sayori, wait. What is it, Caesar? Look, I know you're concerned about me, and it's really sweet. But for once, can you just stop it? Okay. I'm okay. I'm just really tired and not feeling myself. This seems a little more stern than I think Sayori would be. Again, just going off of what we know about her in the original mod, that she doesn't like making her friends feel sad. So I feel like, you know, she doesn't like for people to be concerned about her, but if they are concerned about her, I don't think that she would want them to make them even more worried by, you know, telling them, you know, with such a stern, in like such a stern manner to stop worrying, because I think she would know that that would be like a really alarming thing and would probably make them just feel even worse. I stare at her, hurt. See, this is what I mean. I feel like Sayori would be aware that hearing something like that would be kind of hurtful, and therefore, because of her personality of not wanting to hurt anybody and not wanting to be a burden on anybody, she would not say something like this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm just really not in a good mood right now. That's okay. I guess it's on me for worrying too much. Well, I hope you feel better soon, Sayori. The soft click of the door is my only response. There's something going on here that I'm not realizing. The nightmares, the day where she's not herself, the refusal to accept my help, but then the next day she's totally fine? Back to her cheery self? Am I just overreacting? Maybe I just... excuse me, maybe I do just worry about her too much. Thinking about it, if the roles were reversed, would I find her overbearing? Although I don't have anything to hide, well, as my mom said, I have to give it time. So I guess all I have to do is wait. Hopefully it'll be that simple. For now, I'll just play along with her and try to dial back my concern. As tough as that'll be. I feel like because we were honest with the player's mom about what was going on with Sayori, that she's going to kind of be the one that saves the day here. Like, she's going to realize that something is really going on with Sayori and that she needs professional help. Okay, so I guess now we're doing the Halloween break-in. The refreshing crispness in the air. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops. It's definitely autumn, and with autumn comes Halloween. While I'm not into horror as much as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. It gives a good excuse to indulge in all things horror, not to mention prank friends and enemies. Man, Sayori and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of, she's late, as usual. Sayori, there you are. Hurry up or we'll miss out on all the fun. I'm going as fast as I can. Whoa, this is a cool outfit. Is she supposed to be like a pirate girl? Like, she looks like she's from Assassin's Creed 3 or something. That's a pretty awesome outfit. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume. A little nap, huh? Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, you still look pretty nice at least. A cowgirl, huh? This does not say cowgirl. To me, this says pirate girl. Liking the Halloween twist on it. Has a really cool vibe to it. You look great as well, Caesar. I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. It's really bringing back memories. Ha, yeah, thanks. Yeah, can you believe I actually put effort into this? I laughed to myself. There I was, thinking I'd outgrown Halloween, yet here I am. Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. I just wonder what the others are going to look like. Her question lingers in my head as we make our way to school. Along the way, I spot a couple of other people also dressing up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. It's his glove that's the giveaway. It sports a row of blades, alright, Freddy Krueger. Upon closer inspection, his face looks charred and burnt. Impressive makeup, to say the least. Sayori flinches as she passes him. I don't like the look of that guy. I bet he'll give me nightmares. Come on, Sayori. Whether that was an intentional pun or not is up for debate. Ooh, look at them, Caesar. I can't help but grin as I see what Sayori's pointing to. A group effort, with one person in a brown Great Dane dog onesie. Next to him stands a nervous-looking guy with shaggy brown hair, while a confident-looking blonde man leads the pack, accompanied by two women. Nice. It's a pretty big contrast from the costume we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels like a parade with a variety of characters ranging from horror to cute, western to eastern. A creepy-looking pale girl with jet black hair covering her face ambles past us without a word. Sayori clings to me. That kind of sounds like, no, that's the girl from The Ring, isn't it? Why do people have to dress up so scarily? Because it's Halloween. Well, it is Halloween. I know. It's just that some of these costumes and makeup are so convincing. I squeeze her hand gently. Sayori, they're just people having fun. Look, I'll say hello to the next one. You'll see they're just celebrating Halloween. There's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, so something wacky is gonna happen. She doesn't look very convinced, but nods anyway. The next person to walk by doesn't look too scary. Kinda looks like a janitor with dark overalls and an expressionless white mask. Alright, so Michael Myers. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least okay, never mind. He's got a huge knife. Hey, nice costume. The masked man doesn't reply, although he does stop walking. Now he's just sitting there wordlessly looking at us both. He's in character. I don't think this is doing Sayori any favors. You, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head as his fingers fiddle with the hilt of the knife. Very nice. Well, Sayori tugs on my sleeve as the man carries on walking. Maybe he was a mime. Sure, let's go with that. The school grounds look completely different at night. With the lights out and the usual noises absent, the whole building has a totally different vibe. Man, I like the lighting effects that they did with this. Those of you that watch the meta series, you know that I use this same picture for the school entrance, but I haven't seen, a pre-made nighttime version. There's just like the day version, and then I made a sunset version. But this is the first time I've seen this good of a night version. I think actually I made a night version, but it's not as good as this. This is really nice. If I was better at using Adobe Photoshop, then I might be able to make one that looks this good. But yeah, this is really well done. So props to the visual editor for this one. I can't help but shiver slightly as we draw closer. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. Are you implying there are a lot of people breaking into the school? With all of that gone, the sleeping school looks like the typical... Oh, okay, now they're saying now there is nobody here, so it's different. The sleeping school looks like a typical haunted buildings you see in horror movies. It does? Not to me. It almost looks like, you know, just like an office building. The windows, devoid of any light, are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks the grounds with an ethereal glow. Excuse me. Either way, we must be the only students who are breaking into school to celebrate Halloween. Hardly the most wild of places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfect for the festivity. Caesar. Don't tell me you're scared, Sayori. Hey, you are too! I puff my chest out in a comedic display of faux bravado. I said vibrato because that's a musical term. Am not. She playfully rolls her eyes. If you say so. By the way, where are the others? Right behind you. I can't help but let out a yelp of surprise as the unexpected voice causes me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayori is in a furious fit of giggles, shaking with laughter. Hey, what's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either. I saw her coming. Monika holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement. Is Monika a character from Deltarune? Yeah, I can't recognize what Monika's supposed to be here. Sorry, Caesar, but it was too good an opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction. Haha. I pull a face. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. She does a twirl. Ha, thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with in the end. It felt weird putting on a costume. I can't even remember the last time I did anything for Halloween. I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, huh? You shouldn't be proud of that, Caesar. Aw, come on, Monika. Where's your rebellious teenage spirit? I'm with Monika on this one. I still say this is not a good idea. You're a witch, after all. Aren't they meant to get up to mischief? This is a witch? I don't know what witch she's supposed to be. Yeah, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. No one will find out. In all the excitement of preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot that Monika was a perfect student. The thought of breaking in, especially into school, must be completely foreign to her. I mean, it's completely foreign to me, too. Honestly, I do not see any appeal in it whatsoever. I mean, when I was a student, I got enough of school during the regular school day. Still, sometimes you've got to have a little fun, today of all days, as well. A wry smile works its way into her face. Just for today. As it turns out, breaking into a school is kinda easy. That or we just got lucky and we managed to find a window that's unlocked. The interior of the darkened school looks just as spooky as the exterior. My imagination is doing me no favors. Every sound we make seems exceedingly unwelcome, like we've stumbled into the den of a monster. Even with Sayori and Monika near me, I can't help but feel uneasy. I was all for the idea of breaking into school, but now that we're actually inside, it's only just dawning on me how creepy darkened schools really are. I swear I heard a rumor that a couple of years ago a student committed suicide in this very school. Did she hang herself? I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory and remember more of it. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. No trace of her, almost as if her very being was just deleted. Nice reference. Gone, like that. I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. Those are just silly rumors that school kids like to spread to creep each other out. But a part of me can't help but imagine, what if that actually did happen? Would her ghost still be roaming these very halls? Twisted with vengeance? Prowling for victims? What if... Here we are! Monika's voice snaps me out of my spectral spiel. We're outside the club room. I can spot Yuri and Natsuki inside, poring over a pumpkin carving. It's a shame we're doing it in this room. Huh? Why? Well, it's Halloween, right? The classroom opposite to us is where that one student hung herself. I freeze as Monika winks at me, opening the door. Hey, guys. You two look great. Yuri blushes. It looks like she's gone with some sort of gothic vampire outfit, which, given her taste in horror and poetry, is a really good fit. Nah, she looks like she was heading to a funeral in the 1800s. Like, this kind of reminds me of that scene where Mary Linton is standing over Arthur Morgan's grave. Thank you, Monika. It is quite enjoyable to express my love for horror in this way. Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change. Sayori wanders over, trying to figure out what Yuri is supposed to be. Are you, a vampire? Yes, a gothic one, in the vein of Anne Rice's vampires. It's not too dark, is it? It's Halloween, there's no such thing. Relax, Yuri, it's Halloween. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting. I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Really spooky. Ooh, that should be your name for today. Sayori, where the heck are you? Not spooky. Oh, where the heck are you going with this? That's your new name. It's super fitting. Natsuki looks at Monika and Yuri in a desperate plea. After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again. Sayori, yeah? That is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Everyone but Sayori breaks out into laughter. Hey, that's super mean. No, I mean, I don't think that was that mean. I think it was pretty accurate. Sorry, but it's the truth. But it's cute. Cute? I'm a skeleton. In what world? How in the world is that cute? Well, I mean, you've got like a skeleton hairpiece going on here. You're revealing your shoulders with your outfit, which kind of implies that the outfit is supposed to kind of be like feminine. So, no, you're coming across as more than just like a typical skeleton here, Natsuki. It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be like the opposite of cute. Well, I won't lie, that's a pretty fitting name, not spooky. Come on. She grins. Sorry. Oh, come on. Yuri could come up with a better nickname. Yuri? You're putting me on the spot here, Natsuki. To her credit, at least she didn't call her not spooky. Caesar? Sorry, I can't really deny Sayori her moment of glory. No, I'm with the others. It was kind of dumb. Fine, but only if I get to give her a dumb nickname too. Wait, Sayori, what exactly are you? A cowgirl, right? I still don't say this is cowgirl. It looks more like a pirate to me. Sayori tips her hat down and adopts a southern cowboy drawl. It's high noon. Well, not a very good one. There's a silence for a moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear the tumbleweed going by. Fitting for a cowboy, at least. Sayori? It's midnight. It's high moon, then! That was cheesy, but actually a little bit clever. You've been watching too many spaghetti westerns, Sayori. Spaghetti westerns? Spaghetti? Now I'm just hungry. This is part of the reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together, even if the premise of festivity is a bit dark. I figured you'd like Halloween the most, Yuri. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. Well, yeah, we've kind of made that point several times. Although it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room. Well, I mean, what about you, man? What are you? Not exactly every day you get to see that. I just remember all the silly things we'd get up to, all the pranks and scary movies. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's what makes it fun. Plus, I can't wait to scare you all with my ghost story. I can only imagine what Natsuki's ghost story is gonna be. It's gonna be the best. Aw, not spooky. Please don't make it too scary. We already passed a bunch of people in terrifying outfits on the way here. This horrible guy with a glove made of knives. Yuri smiles softly. No surprise she recognizes the character. Ha, you won't sleep well tonight, will you, Sayori? Sorry, Sayori. Can't make any promises. We all share a collective laugh as Sayori pouts. Speaking of festivities, I brought something that I believed would contribute to the intoxicating nature of the mysticism of Halloween. She brought wine, didn't she? It's rather decadent, but since it is a special occasion... Yuri slides a slender, black wine bottle out of her bag. Its glass takes on an alluring shine beneath the fluorescent lights. I was able to find a nice... Alright, Hannibal Lecter reference, nice. A nice Chianti. Yuri... is that apple cider, Yuri? Nah, I think that's wine. I've done something wrong again, haven't I? Yes, you have! You're drinking alcohol underage, and not only that, but you're drinking it in a school. I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they? Well, neither is breaking into the school after hours, to be perfectly frank. Not to mention that we're underaged anyway, although that's never really stopped anyone from drinking. I'm sorry. I just thought that given that we're trespassing anyway, I don't know what I was thinking, and now the atmosphere is ruined too. Well, all you've really done, Yuri, is add another strike if you get caught here. You know, 1 strike for trespassing, another strike for drinking underage and possession of alcohol underage, bringing alcohol on school campus. Yeah, you're kind of not helping the situation. It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it during a regular club meeting. Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with it. I'll have to admit, though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here. Yeah, that's true. Yuri, you must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There's still an hour or so until the witching hour. You know what I mean. Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story. The story? Yeah, you know, the story that we'll be telling people later about tonight. Why would you want to tell anybody about this? Hey, you better leave that not spooky stuff out of it. Nope. Sayori! Not spooky! Alright, cut it out, you two. To be honest, though, I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes. Oh, come on, Monika. Aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here? You're right. She casts a wistful gaze at the wine as she says that, though. Sayori and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously as well, while Yuri hesitantly stows it back in her bag. Okay, everyone, let's move along to the main event, shall we? Alright, well, we are going to save here because we're a little over 30 minutes. So, we will get into what these main events are going to be in the next episode. So, yeah, we're at the Halloween party. And the girls and the player are partaking in numerous criminal activities here, all while having some cheesy, wholesome fun while they're at it. So, it's pretty entertaining. I can't wait to see what happens next. But until the next episode, I'm Cesar Madrazo, and I'm out.